Welcome to another Raid Shadow Legends video. I'm Skratch. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day. In today's video, guys, I want to talk about a super OP relic. Now, I recently got lucky enough to get it. It has been probably a couple of weeks or so. I was waiting to get it on the test server so I don't waste resources and stuff. But unfortunately, that never really happened. So I'm still going to do it on my main account. Basically, guys, it is pretty hard to get good relics. It's pretty hard to get mythical relics, but if you're lucky enough to get one, and eventually every single one of you guys will get one, I feel like there are a few of them that are really, really strong. And of course, ensuring that you are using them on the right champions is actually even more important. Now, I am talking about the Death Dealer, the one from the live arena. If you're playing live arena and stuff, you're going to be able to accumulate materials throughout the seasons. You have the milestones in there. And that's how I actually managed to get mine during last season. So maybe it was more than a couple of weeks ago. Either way, this relic sounds like, oh my god, you want to put it on damage dealers. Wearer's attacks will always be critical hits, but the wearer receives 200% more damage. Now, once you're going to level this up to maximum level, you're going to reduce the damage that you're receiving from 200% to 100%. Basically, this relic actually counters so many things, guys, including Toxic Cloud or Poison Cloud in the Hydra, Enfeeble from Marius. Weak hits, they do not exist anymore. So this relic is actually so powerful on the right champions. In today's video, we're going to do a couple of different tests on damage dealers as well. We're going to compare this versus the Cat's Gaze, for example. That's something that the majority of you guys have. And just to see which one of them is actually better on damage dealers. Is it better to just build our damage dealers with no crit and as much crit damage and attack as possible? Or is it still better to crit cap them, give them the Cat's Gaze? We're going to do more damage like that or not. We're going to find that out in a bit. Or this is something that we should strictly use on support heroes that we don't want them to weak hit. For example, Fabian, Armans, Crixia, etc. The list goes on. So, first, we're going to try this relic on support champions. We're going to do a couple of live arena fights. And basically, I'm going to show you how well it works in there versus Enfeeble or champions that are basically of strong affinity, because we are always going to crit no matter what. Weak hits do not exist anymore. So even Enfeeble, the only thing that counters this relic is basically the reaction accessories, nothing else, because we're going to crit no matter what. So he picked Armans right there. I'm not gonna pick Marius. I'm gonna let him have half him. So let's go in like this. Just some love. Come on, pick Marius, bro. We want to see that Enfeeble. Thank you. Okay, so that worked just fine. I'm going to bring in Crixia because at the moment I have it equipped on Crixia. I would use it on Fabian. I would use Fabian a bit more than Crixia, but unfortunately I don't have a 6-star soul for Fabian, which kind of sucks because I'm missing a lot of speed from there, right? Let's see. Okay, so he's bringing Arbais and Orotos. So we have two magic champions. We have, of course, the horse in there. I'm just trying to see who else should I bring in the team. I do need a speed lead, and let's go in with Shuzan. I'm gonna drop his Arbais. Okay, I'm gonna leave Armans. I'm gonna leave Rotos, just so you guys can see basically how it will work. And I'm really hoping that Marius will land Enfeeble on my Crixia right now. I will boost the Termiter with Lazarius, which will trigger the passive on Marius. So hopefully he will land Enfeeble. I used to have this big issue with my Crixia because she's not in Stone Skin, right? And Marius always used to basically land the Enfeeble on her. So in the end, I used a different relic, an epic one that was giving Crixia a lot of resistance. And that worked just fine. But then I got this, and this is so much better. Check this out. So we have Enfeeble. Right now, if this would be Fabian or a different champion that's not in Stone Skin, and it would use the skill that attacks, it would not actually do anything, okay? Because that was going to be a weak hit. But right now, we don't care about Enfeeble. We increased their cooldowns. We removed buffs if they had any. Magic champions, we don't care about that either. So this relic is just so freaking powerful on the right champions. And I really think personally that is much, much better on support champions, even though we haven't got to the part where we're actually testing it just yet. But we're going to get to that part in a bit as well, and you're going to be able to basically see it better. But in my opinion, this is absolutely amazing. Fabian, Crixia, even Armans, to be honest. Because Armans will weak hit very, very often versus Force champions. Now, the reason why I'm kind of like really stressing it on Spirit champions is because Magic is meta at the moment. We have so many powerful Magic champions. That is just pretty crazy thinking about it, right? So, Crixia and Fabian, I feel like they benefit from it the most. Of course, you might be picking different champions, and that's absolutely fine. So let's roll it like this. So he has a Marius in there, but you've seen how easy you basically take a dump on his Enfeeble. Pretty damn crazy, actually. Ooh, who are we banning from here, man? This is actually pretty crazy. Most likely Shuzan is gonna get out of here. She's gonna get a boot. Because if she is fast enough, we are 1000% in trouble. Is he going to bring in another damage dealer? Who is he banning from my team? Thankfully, Crixia is a very good counter to Odin and Marius. Because we logged... Okay, he's bringing in Fabian. Ooh. So we're going to take Shuzan. Probably, he's going to ban my Crixia. Oh, he banned Lazarius. Okay, he banned Lazarius. He will lock me. Most likely, he will lock me. But that's fine, not a problem. We have Crixia to go and reset. I have a feeling he's going to be faster. I don't have Temporal Chain. I should put Temporal Chain on my Crixia. I feel like the era of Polymorph slowly is kind of like... Oh my god! What was that? Oh my god. That was just too much, man. That was just too freaking much. My goodness. That Marius, what is he feeding that Marius with? Like, what? My god, he just absolutely took a dump on my Crixia with a freaking counterattack. Insane. Absolutely insane. One more fight, guys. Hopefully, we're going to be able to use it versus more Magic champions. But I'm pretty convinced that you guys already got the drill. You understand exactly what is happening with that relic. Then we're gonna go and test it on damage dealers. Now, I know it's a mythical relic. I know a lot of you guys will be like, Skratch, I don't even have a legendary one yet. Skratch is gonna take me 25 years to get a mythical one. Trust. Now, this guy picked both of my champions, so I can use my Crixia, unfortunately. But you know what? Maybe he's gonna have it on his Crixia, so let's use the horse. Let's use the horse. Let's see what else he's picking. Ooh, Frolny, Arbais. He's going pretty hardcore on us in here. Now, I kind of want to pick Odin, but then I kind of don't want to pick Odin. So this is going to be a bit of a Shuzan it is. Shuzan it is. That Arbais is going to get the boot most likely. Damn, +4 Frolny, 6-star. You filthy degenerate Kraken. So let's leave him without a speed lead. I have 3 speed leads, so I'm fine. I'm curious if... I think he's going to ban Lazarius because he's my only reviver in the team. Ooh, he took down my Gizmak. Okay. Look at that. I have 3 freaking intimidating presence blessings on my champions. That is a bit dumb, to be honest, but if I'm not able to use them all 3 in the same team, it's not that dumb anymore. Okay. Should... Yeah, let's do this. Let's do this. Okay, now Armans, come on. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Job done. Polymorph him, and let's quickly wipe the other ones, and then deal with his Galatir. Okay, let's get some more speed in here. So one down, one left. Can we wipe him? Can we wipe him, or he's going to revive? Let's see. Weak hits. Ah, we got a weak hit. But then we have Shuzan to kind of like do the job. It's pretty hard to show it to you, especially if they're picking the champion that has it equipped for me, which was Crixia, right? But as I've mentioned, I'm sure that you guys understood exactly what I tried to show you in there. So I really think that this relic is the best on support champions. Now, if we're going to go into the Hydra clan boss, for example, I'm not going to do a full run or anything like that. I'm just quickly going to show you exactly how it works in here. So let's bring in Crixia. I'm going to let them put the poison cloud, right? So you're going to see that this relic is actually countering it. Now, for this particular thing, Hydra, one, nobody gives a damn, okay? Nobody gives a damn about the Hydra clan boss anymore. And that is perfectly fine. I understand you, and I'm in the same boat. But you have two options. Either you're using it on your damage dealer to ensure that you don't have any issues with the poison cloud in case if anything goes wrong. But if you have a pretty well-built team, you don't really have to worry about it, right? Because it's not going to happen very often where the poison cloud is actually on. Second option, you could potentially use it on champions that might weak hit in here. So it really depends what debuffers you have available. Even on a champion like Feral, for example. It happens many times where you have two magic heads like here, and Feral will weak hit, right? And that will be a problem. So you can use it on support champions for the Hydra as well. But personally, I feel like it might be a bit of a waste to use it in the Hydra clan boss, considering that nobody gives a damn about this content anymore. I feel like it's much better to use it on champions that are being used in arena. So we have the Toxic Cloud up and running, right? The Toxic Cloud itself is not really something important out of Hydra. Yes, you have Vincenza that can buff that, but other than that, nobody really does it. Plus, nobody really uses Vincenza in arena. So check this out. Crit hits on everybody. You see? So the Poison Cloud becomes irrelevant when you have this relic equipped on a damage dealer or whatever else you might have on there. Now, I want to move on to Hegemon, but I want to get this one because I actually prepared the build for him. So right now, I have a build with high crit damage, good attack, but not enough crit rate, right? So we have 353 crit damage. We have 7.6k attack. No relic on him, but I'm going to bring that relic on him right now. So let me just quickly find it. And I do want to check something. So level 9, and this is level 12. Okay. So we're not getting crit damage from this one. That's one thing to keep in mind. If I'm going to bring it on, bank 640. Ouch, that's costly. So we have it equipped on Hegemon. We are increasing the attack. Let's actually see what sort of damage we're going to get with him. So I'm actually going to go into the Doom Tower and one of the highest possible stages. The reason why I'm trying Hegemon, guys, I know he's Void Affinity and he's not going to weak hit, is mainly because a lot of people are interested. Would this relic be crazy good on Hegemon for live arena, for example, where you just build him with super high crit damage? Is he just going to one-shot everybody? Or something like the Cat's Gaze might still be better on him, right? So we're actually going to check that. I'm only going to run Hegemon in this run here, to be honest. Just use the A2 ones, see the damage. So we have 73, 43k, 200k damage in here. Let's go again. 49k, 57k. So the damage is not that great. We have 215k. You see, 51k being the highest that I've seen. 211k. Let's do another one. 41k. So even though we have a pretty good build on him, right? The damage is just not that crazy in here. So one thing that I do want to show you is if we are giving him a full crit build where we're reducing the crit damage and all that, and we're equipping the Cat's Gaze, for example, which should be something very straightforward. Which one of them will deal more damage? 215k. So the average is at around 210, 220k damage with this relic. Now, as I've mentioned, if I am using the Cat's Gaze, one thing that will happen is we are going to basically gain crit damage. That's something that, unfortunately, I cannot counter, okay? I'm very curious even this one, how it performs versus it. It might actually be better. It might actually increase the damage without even using the Cat's Gaze. So, just to don't go too crazy on it, I'm going to use the Cat's Gaze that is at a level 9 rather than the one that's at level 15. This will give me 21 crit damage, 53 attack, 960. Ouch! That was painful. Okay, so right now, I'm going to change the build. Preset manager. Let's bring this one in. So you see, we dropped around 50 crit damage. 50 crit damage. The attack is more or less similar. We have slightly less attack, to be honest. But we have full crit right now. Now, some of you guys might be in a better position where you can build champions with 450 crit damage, keep the same attack more or less, and don't give them full crit. But for whatever reason, my gear just sucks, especially at the bottom pieces, and I don't have anything that has very high rolls on crit damage. So, unfortunately, I cannot really get more. I'm still going to use him in the lead. It doesn't really matter, to be honest. And this was the floor that we've tried before. 54k. So right now, even though this is the relic that is at a lower level, 62k, we are already noticing slightly better damage on single target hits. Now, overall, the damage is pretty much the same, right? 60k right there again, 30k. Maybe Helm Smasher doesn't proc all the time, 217k. And we are only ignoring 9% of the target's defense with this, not 12. 173k, so no Helm Smasher proccing there. 64k, 36k is almost the same. 232, this is much higher than we had with the previous relic. So probably Helm Smasher procced a bit better than before. 58k. 191k, so that one was a bit lower. Probably this one might be a bit lower as well. 184k. Yeah, this one seemed like was literally no Helm Smasher. But either way, 239, the highest we've seen so far. So we can already notice slightly better damage, even though we basically reduced stats. And we're only really ignoring 9% of the target's defense, additionally, on top of what we were ignoring before. So that 50% crit damage or whatever we had is not as beneficial on Hegemon. Now, there are different damage dealers, of course, that can weak hit. And in that case, the Mythical Relic most likely will be better than using the Cat's Gaze or something else. If your main purpose is to avoid getting those weak hits, then hell yeah, just go for it. I'm actually maybe even considering in using it on my damage dealers for the Chimera on different rotations if I'm having any issues with the damage. But I just wanted to quickly talk a bit about this rally, guys, and kind of like give you my take on it and explain you why I think that is so freaking powerful. The Dat dealer. Hopefully, some of you guys got lucky enough to get it. I wish that HP would have been crit damage, to be honest, or something else. It would have been a bit more helpful, but hey, it is what it is. A very powerful relic if you're using it on the right champions. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and how are you using this relic? Much love, and I will catch you all in the next video. Peace.